Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Randall's Little Adventures. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some products. It's actually three knives. They were sent to me. They were sent to me by OdenWolf. This is a German-based company, and they reached out to me. And I've already had several other companies reach out to me about products, and I won't do a product review on stuff I can just look at and I can tell it's just sub quality. Or I know there's a lot of other YouTube channels, they will review anything you send to them. My problem is if somebody sends me something that I already feel is inferior, and they take a product out that I reviewed, and I say, "Oh, this is a great product. Yeah, it costs this much," and then they get hurt, injured, dead because they bought something I did a review on. I take that personal, as well I should. But this company reached out to me and they said, "Would you like to do a review on our product?" And I was like, I took a look at their website and I was like, "Sure, but I would like to know, what are your requirements? What am I allowed to say and not say? Because if it's going to be scripted, I'm not doing the review." They never responded to that. And they're like, "Send us your address and we'll send you some knives." I was like, "Cool, here's my address." And I figured the box it came in was going to have a sheet saying what I needed to say. No, so they just sent knives to a stranger and said, "Have at it, do a review." So I think that's pretty cool. That shows a lot right up front about OdenWolf and what they think of their own product. They think enough of it that they can send it to somebody and let them say whatever they're going to, and I'm going to. So here's what they sent to me. So basically, we have the W1, W2, and W3 knives. They're basically all the same knife. Now, they do have variations of what kind of steel can be used in their knives. Two of these are D2 steel, and the third one is I can't remember. It's a 440C. But the big difference in these is how they're carried. They're all the same length, they all have the same handles on them. They do come in different colors, but I wanted to just take a quick look at these before we go ahead and start abusing them and using them and getting them all marred and potentially broken, depending on what kind of harsh, silly crap I put them through, because I'm going to put them through it. This one is a standard belt sheath. This one is a lock belt. Let's see if I can do this. So that positively locks in your belt. That's not coming off until you want it to. This one comes in a couple of different ways you can carry it. It's got the positive lock clip. If I could do it again with one hand, which I cannot because I'm not wearing it. Or you can wear it in a drop leg configuration, which I think that's pretty neat. If you got a pack on and stuff, and instead of interfering, it can get down lower where you can get to it. So I'm going to start back up here. That is a good looking knife. This is the one that's 440C. It's got the OdenWolf logo on it. This one looks like an iodized black. Each one of them has a thumb grip up here at top. So if you're doing some slicing like skinning or whatever, I really like that grip on this knife. It's kind of a rubberized grip. Each one of them has like a lanyard holder here. That's pretty neat. And it locks into that sheath. It's not coming out until you want it out. This one's got the polished blade, again with the OdenWolf logo. Exact same grip. and it has a really comfortable grip so far. And again, it has the positive lock. It is never coming out of there. Quite honestly, this is the one that interested me the most. This is more of probably my style and a lot of people that look at this channel. This is the one that has the drop leg sheath with it. It also has a ferro rod. It's pretty decent size. It's not like one of those cheap Walmart ones. That's a decent sized ferro rod. And it locks. Did you hear that? Yeah, that's not going to accidentally fall out. And it has a sharpening stone built into that sheath. That is nice. This is a D2 steel. I don't know if you can see that. It's another polished blade. It's got the OdenWolf logo on it. And I'm not actually going to sharpen this because I'm going to use these just like they came out of the box. And they're pretty sharp. I can tell right away. Yet again, locks in. So that's a good looking 3 knives right there. I'm kind of surprised. I don't do any knife reviews on, and I carry a knife every day of the week. I always have a knife on me. I usually, quite honestly, I don't carry a fixed blade knife. Most of them are too big, but these are really manageable size. I mean, this isn't a huge Arkansas toothpick or something like this. This is something really usable. So we're going to take these 3 knives out. I'm going to do my honest review on them, and we will get back and see what we come up with. And we're back, my friends. So I spent the last, I don't know, week or two wearing these different knives around, or more specifically, trying each one of the sheaths out and just wearing it. Is it irritating? Does it ride well? Just wanting to check it out. And I really want to check out, I believe it's this one. I want to check out this blade. And that's what I'm going to do today. This black blade. I want to see how strong this is. And I also want to test out, I like that feature right there. I want to test out this. We're going to build this little fire and see if we can do it. So I'm bringing out my fire making happener. Oh goodness, sticky. Come out. So I want to test out this ferro rod that they sent. Of course, we're going to have to, it had never been used before. And sometimes they can be a little, there we go. They can be a little finicky to get going. Finally. Oh, there. Oops. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, had to wear the new off that thing. Everything is soaking wet. We have had so much rain. You know it's wet when pine straw doesn't burn very well. All right, so this is what we came here. I'm going to try to take this piece of crab apple, and I've explained before, this crab apple is extremely dense. This one's soaking wet. It's been cut for about a year. We're going to use this knife. This one's the one that's got the black blade. We're fixing to see if that comes off or what have you. Now, normally I would have a glove on this hand, but I want to see, this isn't, will it actually cut? What is the shock coming through this knife? Oh, wow. It's better than I thought. It's way better than I thought. Now these knives are not necessarily made for this because they kind of a little bit sharp right here. And they do have other knives that are probably more suited to this task, but I don't have those knives. And like all my other tools, they just one tool fits all purposes, and it's working. Wow. As hard as this wood is, I am really legit surprised. This is going to be a little bit more difficult because the blade barely sticks out the other side. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, it's struggling on that. And it's not the blade's fault. Oh no. It has now become part of this firewood. Beat on it. Too big. If I had a little bit more blade, it would split that piece. Let's try it again. I want to really abuse this blade. Hey, they sent it to me. They should have known I was going to use it improperly. If they don't, then they will now. Let's see what it looks like. I'm not even going to touch the blade. I'm going to show it to you. All right. Here's the blade. Not touched, not cleaned up. It doesn't have one gouge in this finish. Absolutely unfazed. I accidentally hit the handle a couple of times, and it didn't do any damage to it either. So I left this hand without a glove. I actually forgot that I was actually supposed to be testing for shot because it had none. I mean, that's great. There is one thing, I've been carrying these knives around, and this is my honest opinion, is this lanyard loop. See that lanyard loop? I've got a big old bear paw for a hand. You see where that lanyard loop hits? And it's not beveled. It's basically a 45 degree angle or a 90 degree angle. And it doesn't tear into my hand. I mean, I'm not got a blister or anything like that, but it does rub. One thing I wanted to see, how sharp are these? Oh, where are you at? I would say it comes out of the box pretty sharp. Shaving sharp, easily shaving sharp. So thank you, OdenWolf. These are some good knives. I do also want to point out, this is also, I would consider it a negative. They are made in China and distributed here by OdenWolf, who is a German-based company in the U.S. I don't hold that necessarily against them. Some people, they won't accept that. But for somebody that's wanting a good knife at a good price, I would say these are a decent knife. I would carry this, and I have no problems carrying it. Oh, by the way, I've been carrying this third option around, which is this sheath. You see, I just unbuckled it off myself. Comes off super easy. This works. Here's a tip for all y'all. If you just put a Vaseline cotton ball on a fire, do not touch your ferro rod. That was my main problem. I got Vaseline on it. Guess what it will not do? It will not strike until you get all the Vaseline off of it. Hey, you sent this to me. That's all I got to say. Also, this particular knife This right here, I was not impressed when I first got it, but I wore it, and this is really nice. I was surprised by how this carries on a belt. It carries a little higher, so if you got a shirt and you don't want a knife flopping around on your hip, it carries very securely, and I was pleased with it. I really was. Everything locks in nice and tight. Oh, and one other thing, every one of them, they have a drain hole. Oh, this camera, I'm fighting it. They all have a drain hole. That's pretty good. So when you're walking around out in the rain, this thing's not going to fill up full of water. What else can I say? Good knives. I'm going to use them. I'm not a knife guru. There's a lot of people out there that they just live and breathe knives. I know this is the pointy end and this is the safe end. And I know they're sharp. They're extremely sharp. One last thing I want to say about OdenWolf. This was not part of the deal, but I did some research. They have donated quite a bit of money to the Bob Woodford Foundation. And I had no idea who Bob was. And real quick, Bob was an ABC News reporter in Iraq in about 2006. He got injured, a severe head injury, and he was sent to the military hospital. His family, his wife, they stayed there at the hospital. They met a lot of the wounded warriors, and they started the foundation. And it gets a 98% rating for an outstanding foundation. And they've donated quite a bit of money towards that foundation that helps wounded warriors in America. Good on you. Just a little bit of information there. So, would I recommend this knife? Absolutely. They're relatively inexpensive. Obviously, they're pretty tough because that wood is tough. I've used them for a week or so. They do every task I need. So, if you like this, I'm going to put OdenWolf's link down in the description. And if you would like to purchase one of these knives, I'm also going to put a coupon code down there, which is RLA10. RLA10. And that will get you 10% off if you would like to purchase one of these knives. So anyway, I'm going to carry them for a long time more. I've been enjoying them so far. So until next time, we'll see you later, and y'all have a great day.